with his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning. It's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
All right, here we are with part 2 of my in-depth study of Rashad's in-depth study of physics. And that's what it says here on the back cover of his book. It states, during his in-depth study of physics, Dr. Rashad Richey, he does not have a legitimate doctorate, discovered significant connections between quantum physics, vibratory frequencies, and I have no idea what the hell that is. He probably meant vibrational frequencies, geometric sciences, and ancient civilizations. And by the way, what he means by discovered, it means he found a couple of books and that he's managed to pilfer and stick in his own book. That's what discovery means. He found it. This rediscovery, all right there, Rashad, created a journey to analyze and comprehend ancient cultures from the context of advanced practical scientific knowledge and application. Wow. Dr. Richey, and by the way, you don't refer to yourself as doctor in the bio of your book, all right? Well, he does. And he doesn't have a legitimate doctorate, I'm telling you, everybody. Oh, Dr. Richey, I'm just going to call him Mr. No, I'm sorry. It's Mr. Richey believes various ancient cultures possessed intrinsic awareness of what physicists call the quantum field. There is such a thing. Human consciousness. There is such a thing. And sound science. No, it's called acoustics. Any undergraduate physics major knows that the science of sound is called acoustics. While the field of quantum physics continues to produce new discoveries and theories, upon scholarly review, of various ancient cultures, these new discoveries are likely not new at all. Oh, Lord. I mean, the bullshit just flows. It goes on. This book is adapted from Mr. Richey's master's thesis in applied physics and quantum mechanics. And then it says, care was taken to keep the original structure of the thesis. Why would you do that? You're writing a book, and if it's based on your thesis, why would you take great care to preserve the structure? You're not publishing your thesis, dummy. And I'll tell you the reason why he put that in there. And it's because he didn't want to go through any effort to change anything he wrote before. And so he's now making the claim here that, well, that was on purpose. Give me a break. And the BS gets piled on higher and higher. It says, Mr. Rashad Richey is a noted researcher. Really? I have told everybody many times, I've gone on to Google Scholar, his name shows up on nothing. He's never published anything research-wise in any journal ever. He's not a noted researcher. He hasn't done squat. Emmy-nominated broadcaster, okay, that may be true, and a university professor, no. You are at most an adjunct professor. That is not a professor. There's a huge difference between the two. And quite frankly, I have a feeling you really don't teach any courses. He holds multiple advanced degrees, none of them legitimate, completing doctoral studies at Clark Atlanta University in federal policy reform. Yeah, I read that dissertation he wrote, and it is total garbage. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to read and laugh along with me. There's like 3 parts to it, though, because after all, it is a dissertation. You got to read it. But is it legitimate? No. And I am not joking when I say that he pilfered large parts of it from an undergraduate's capstone project. That's right. And quite frankly, I think the undergraduate did a better job. It goes on. A Master of Science in Neuroscience from University of Pacific, and there is no such university as University of Pacific. It's the University of the Pacific. I would think that a person who holds an advanced degree from a certain university would know the name of it. And keep in mind, this is not a typo. Even on his LinkedIn page, he refers constantly to this university as University of Pacific. That's incorrect. He never attended the University of the Pacific. He certainly does not hold a degree from there. He completely made it up. And his followers eat it up. Oh my gosh, Dr. Richey. Oh, give me a break. It goes on. Master of Science in Applied Physics and Quantum Mechanics from the Universidad Empresario de Costa Rica. You translate that into English and it comes out to business school. That's right. He's claiming a Master of Science in Physics from a business school. And I already covered that school in another video. It's a complete diploma mill. He paid for it. And then he has a Doctor of Law from Azteca University. And the Doctor of Law is one of those degrees that Azteca University sells if you can provide them some evidence that you have been working in a certain field. So it's basically a diploma mill. It is not a real Doctor of Law. He did nothing to complete the requirements of a Doctor of Law other than giving them money. And a Master of Laws, LLM, from the University de la Renaissance, which is a new one. I haven't even heard of that one. He had at one point strung together 15 degrees, and I don't even know what this one is. I'm going to have to check that one out. And keep in mind that he didn't even list this one on his LinkedIn page. So he gets a Master of Laws from a university, and he doesn't even bother to update his LinkedIn page to reflect it. He probably forgot that he even claimed it on the back of his book. It goes on. Dr. Richey, Mr. Richey, also earned his PhD from the Business University of Costa Rica, where his research focused on the intersectionality of politics, government, and religion. Yeah, a great degree to get from a business university. And an MBA from Boella Heights University. Okay, that might be legitimate, probably not. Boella Heights is a very low-ranked university in Georgia. I do hold open the possibility that his MBA may be real. It's probably not very rigorous, though. He's currently a senior research fellow and PhD student in the quantum physics program at the School of Life Information Science and Engineering at Asia Pacific School of Business. That's right, a business school where he's a senior research fellow in what? Quantum physics. That's right, quantum physics, a business school. And I have covered the Asia Pacific School of Business thoroughly. It does not exist. It's fake. If you give them money, they'll give you a degree. And he says, in partnership with Clark Atlanta University. Why would you need a partnership with Clark Atlanta? I have no idea. And by the way, I suspect that Clark Atlanta, like Boella Heights, sort of has this good old boy club where they give away pretty much degrees with very little rigor involved. So, of all this, what does he truly have? He might have a bachelor's degree from Boella Heights, and he might have an MBA from Boella Heights. That's it. Everything else is totally phony. But we move on. It's a little hard to read here, but at the bottom of the back page it says, a member of the National Society of Black Physicists and the Philosophy of Physics Society, which is an English society. Why an American physicist, which he is not, by the way. Why would that person belong to this organization? I have no idea. Mr. Richey believes in empowering others through knowledge. Oh, wow. Many know Mr. Richey as America's youngest inductee into the National Black Radio Hall of Fame. Okay. And the National Black College Alumni Hall of Fame. Fine. He dominates TV, radio, streaming, and digital platforms daily, and is a noted researcher, TV news analyst, and university professor. So he repeats the same stuff that was up above. This man is a classic narcissist who goes out, buys fake degrees, and then struts them in front of people. He has serious mental health problems, but whatever, not my problem.
Within this little toy town, I learned to know my station. I learned all there is to know about lack of education. I learned to cheat. I learned to steal. I learned disloyalty. I learned to distrust politics and to laugh at royalty.